Perfect. And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel, BobSales. This time is next year. So this one is going to be a bit different. Today, we've got Dukkencuvva, my good friend, and he's going to take us around his VeveVerse space. Dukkencuvva, say hello, mate.
How you all doing? Hope you're all having a good one. Just checking the chat there. Oh, look, we got some people in. Good stuff. How you guys going? We're just having a bit of a visit. Thought we'd do a little bit of a stream. We weren't aware that Corey and MC were going to do a stream today, so that gives us new stuff to talk about a little bit, I guess. Other than that, a few of you have already seen this pretty quickly, but I thought I'd just go through and talk about like what a mission it was to build it. And we'll have a little bit of a chat about, some of the recent announcements, some of the stuff going on with VeveVerse and all of that good stuff.
Perfect. And it actually looks great. I'm not going to lie. Just run through some of these people. Mr. Informant, it's good to see you, big brother. Mass Murders, that looks really cool in that writing, right? Can you see the writing on the screen, Dukkencuvva? Nice style. It's a nice style writing, the font. Informant again. Fun under the sun. It's good to see you, my friend. It's been a while since I've been reading these comments. I must admit, 5 minutes and I'm tired. Just finished 4.5 hours of streaming. We are raiding you now. I don't blame you, I must admit. It's so hard to read this writing. That's the only mistake.
Now I see what you mean. I was on the wrong thing.
We here. It's good to see you. Big A, it's good to see you. Everyone, it is good to see you. Informant again, it is good to see you. Loving the love from Bob and Duck. Always, brother, it's always good to see you. I'm going to see you soon. We did arrange that. We are going to arrange a day where we're going to go on stream again. It's been a while. Is this called casually late? Yes, it is casually late. I'll get my words out in a minute. Lol. Hey, Bob, Duck. It's good to see you, Big A. So, yeah, what we wanted to actually show you is Dukkencuvva's creation in the VeveVerse. So let me just get to the right screen. So this, I didn't build any of this. I have built a space, but I haven't got to it yet to show anyone the space or got one what I can actually show anyone. So this one is going to be Dukkencuvva's. Unfortunately, I'm going to be your guide with Dukkencuvva's lead because I'm the one in control right now. So Dukkencuvva, what is the meaning behind this temple? What is the name behind this temple? And where do you want to start first, mate?
Well, let's just start by going this is the first thing I've ever built of this type of in any program ever. I've never attempted to do anything like this. So I just want to say that if you put in a bit of time and, you're patient and, don't mind putting a couple of holes in your desk, I'm looking at you Informant. Then you can really put something together even your first time. There's all the tools we need there. I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that I think is missing to make it much easier, but we do have all of the tools that we need to be able to build some cool stuff. Like I said, I've never done this before. It took me a long time. There's a lot of pieces to it, but even as a newbie, it's absolutely possible to build some cool stuff in this VeveVerse. So hats off to them for that. As far as the idea behind it, ever since, we were talking about the VeveVerse and they started scaling back their idea of it and said it would just be sort of like an extended showroom and all that. The first thing that came into my head was to build a cool display for Dragon Girl. So that was always something that I wanted to do once we got access to the VeveVerse. And so I just got started on that. But I don't have my gem. I don't have the ultra rare at the moment. So I thought, you know what? I might just do it around the Sakura Dragon Girl. And just started building, man. Like, honestly, the way I started out was just, my kid loves Minecraft. I thought, people are building some crazy stuff in there. I'll just watch some Minecraft tutorials, get a couple of ideas off that. Found a Minecraft tutorial on how to build a Chinese temple. Started with the same foundation as them, but then it took a completely different path. I mean, the pillars and the base are about the only thing in common with that build. But that's the thing. If you just get started and you've got a couple of ideas and do a couple of Google searches, then you can, just let your ideas run wild. It's good fun.
And I do have one question. This is still incomplete, right? That's why we're still.
Oh, that's obviously, yes, still incomplete.
About. Just making sure. Well, to make sure that weren't just decoration. So where should we go first? First, there's flower beds here, obviously. They actually
Like,
look really cool. Bit of
yeah, these are
bamboo
all
there,
just sort of afterthoughts, really.
made out of cylinders, bamboo.
Out
What
of
else we
rocks,
got in
actually.
here? Rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You take the rock shapes and the bamboo. You mean? Yeah, that's made out of cylinders and toruses. I was
And
just
then
playing
this
around with it.
side, the water features, and as you say, you got the water running as well. I like that.
Yeah, big shout out to Master Roni for that. Thank you for
And
that.
this
Jumping in my
water
space and
texture
doing
is
that.
different to that one as well. And you
Well,
got the
no, those ones are the
collectible
same.
behind it there. I didn't even see the dragon there. Nice.
Yeah, that's one of the ideas I had. I'm still waiting for it to be available in the VeveVerse, but I want to sort of bury my Tarzan inside that dragon statue so you've got the little waterfall coming out over the rocks.
Ah, yeah, that would make sense. That would actually be a good idea. What else we got
Yeah,
here?
it should look cool.
See, even this water looks different to the other water, so that's pretty cool. Right, let's go inside. Dukkencuvva. Does this sign mean anything on this building?
It does indeed, according to Google Translate. I looked up a few things. I wanted to put Dragon Girl at first, and then I thought about something about VV. But the one that I found that went with the VeveVerse that was in theme that I could actually do, it says here to stay. So
Here to stay.
here
That
to
is
stay,
actually really
according
cool.
to Google Translate. If you happen to speak Mandarin and it's wrong, don't hang me for it.
Well, this actually looks like my initials. I'm not going to lie to you. And as we can see, we've got the statues here. The textures on them look great. Look at the shine
Yeah,
on
that looked
them.
fantastic.
Hopefully, it's the same your side. Why am I going backwards? Oh,
And that's actually a point that I did bring up on X when I did it, but
go back inside. There we go.
these kind of stand out for me because I would not have otherwise bought these, and so this is the first time that I've actually bought a collectible specifically for a build that I'm doing, and so it's obviously like a very important part of the build that I've done. So these are not going to go back on the market, and so, that's something that's going to start to happen. People are going to actually buy collectibles to put into their construction.
Well, it's like we both spoke about that before. I think I brought 30 plus since because I was making a space, and I would have never have brought them before just because I needed them for a certain space.
Yeah,
So that is
exactly.
very true. And like you say, now the space is built, it's never going to be destroyed. So all the collectibles in there are now literally ornaments. So yeah.
Yeah. And you were asking me about the idea behind this. And at the beginning, I was going to build this temple and then I was going to build the world out, right? But then I've been watching what's been happening with Collectors Gone Digital and Master Roni, and I don't know if there's a few others out there doing it, being engaged to build spaces, houses, and things for people. And I thought, well, you know what? I think I might just go down the road of spending my time building smaller builds, more sort of diorama style displays, and get good at doing that. And then if somebody has a large space that they'd like to have a display built for a particular collectible, then I'll put my name up for that. I'm already actually working on a second one. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's another sort of small diorama style display like this one. With a lot of detail in it.
It's funny because even though it's been nearly a month now, the amazing things we've seen so far is just crazy. How any of these ideas have come up and been built, I have no idea.
Did you see Jabba's palace or Jabba's cave or whatever it is?
I'm not. The video, yeah, I did. Yes,
that's so cool, man.
One Veve put on.
Yeah, but see, that was another reason why I sort of made that decision, because I see all these guys and they're building out these enormous worlds, and it just seems like I just don't know how they do it. Like it's
like even these windows. Did you put every shape in them, right?
Yeah, man, they're all built piece by piece.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it took me forever.
I must admit, it is so time consuming. I built one garden one day and it took me an hour and a half just because I was enjoying building the garden. And the hour and a half flew, by the way. It was like a quick hour and a half. And then the main feature in here, the reason this is built is for the beautiful dragon girl.
Yeah, which I'll also touch on, which is, as Bob Ross would say, a happy accident. I was doing those windows and I just got bored of it. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to place the collectible in here and just build a little stand for her. And then I put it right there. And it wasn't until afterwards that I realized that actually that gap right there in the windows is perfect for looking at her tattoo. and lines up beautifully with the sun as well. So that was not deliberate.
Well, we've got to ask the question: which one come first, the build or the collectibles? The collectibles, right?
Well, I mean, the reason I decided to build this was to place Dragon Girl in it. So I would say the collectible was what was the thing I had in mind at first. But no, the build started first, and then it was after that that it just kind of like evolved into what it was, and that's when I decided to put the collectibles where I've got it.
And you got it very symmetrical in here as well, like nearly exact. I don't know
These
how
front
you
windows
did that.
here, I did a different pattern, which took me ages. It was a really intricate pattern, and then I realized afterwards that I'd messed it up, and I put everything in the wrong position, and it was just not physically possible to have a window like that without it falling apart. So I had to start them completely again.
And the other thing I should probably say at this point is I can't see the chat while I'm moving around in the VeveVerse. So if there's any questions in there, we will get to them.
I've got to give a bit of a shout out as well. If you go into fly mode and come and have a look at the roof, Collector's gone digital. I could not figure out how I was going to construct this roof. I'm still having a little bit of trouble with it. And Collector's gone digital.
I've never been in fly mode, I must admit. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. So with the green bits, are they going to change color at some point?
Those green bits are just a frame. They'll be gone.
Ah, so they're not part of the build itself?
No, that's just so I know how to lay down the roof. But if you come over here, you guys will see that I'm having to lay every single roof tile one by one.
That is painful.
And
not going to lie to you. That is painful. I can't imagine myself doing that.
Oh my God, it's taking so much time. But that's why I'm pushing so hard for the... I know Dan said it's easier said than done, but the ability to group select and duplicate is a must.
Let's see if I can go around and look at the Dragon Girl quick. See the tattoo. Have you got anything on top? In the middle?
Not yet, no, but that's the thing. There's going to be a second roof there as well. So I've got 7 more of these roofs to build once I finish with this front one.
Let's see if I can get back down. There we go. Oh yeah, that is a perfect view of the tattoo there.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Collectibles look wicked in here, right?
Oh man, amazing.
And if you don't have good quality, all you need to do literally is change the properties, and then it makes so much difference. I kept seeing everyone's Twitter feed and seeing why mine looked so bad quality, and that was all I needed to do. As soon as I changed the contrast a tiny little bit, it was fine. So how did you get the... Did you find out how the water was actually animated then in the end?
It's using features that we don't have. It's only the beta testers who've got those options. I assume it's going to be part of the premium package, which I'm very impatient for because I'm good to pay for it. I want it. I want all that good stuff that they've got. And
we've still got no idea about a time on that one, right?
No, we haven't heard anything about that.
And then with the mobile...
Sorry, go on.
The other thing I was going to say, they just announced the mobile app as well.
Mm-hmm.
When did they announce the time frame on that one? I don't think they did they?
I don't know. Maybe somebody in chat knows that. I wasn't paying full. I was paying more attention to chat than to the stream when they were talking about that. So maybe somebody in chat knows the answer.
So yeah, that is a great space, I must admit. So you built the plinth here, right?
The what?
Did you build the plinth, the grey thing, or just the platform? Is that part of the statue? It is, right? With the roses. That's part of the statue. I built all that. Yeah. Perfect.
Oh, the thing that
and
at
then
the
this
bottom
one's this marble looking thing is what you've built, right?
Yeah, the first base there with the petals on it, that's part of the collectible.
Marble steps. I must admit, it's a great room. Great room. Are you adding anything else to it? Any more collectibles?
Well, yeah, man, it's quite empty in here, isn't it? Don't you think? I've got to come up with something for in here.
Well, it's made for the actual fitting of the room. That's why.
Yeah, but I don't know. It looks a bit empty. If you got any suggestions, but yeah, I mean, it's mostly done apart from the roofs.
Oh, I didn't know that I could actually follow you.
And you know, on the stream that you did with the Uncommon podcast the other night, with a whole bunch of people actually. There was David and Dan on there. and they were speaking about quite a lot of stuff that made me very bullish. And David was talking about the idea of possibly even in the future, obviously just possibly, having some things like this, like diorama style things like this, minted as dioramas on Veve, which I think would be cool. That's why I don't think I've got the talent for building these big, extravagant worlds like a lot of people are doing. So I'm going to concentrate on doing smaller, more detailed stuff like this, I think.
Well, I must admit, mine was bigger, but it was attached to an already built building. So mine was lazy so far.
I've got to say, man, I like this what they announced today with the OG Vault as a default space.
Yeah,
man, you could just imagine that as a basement, and then you just build your world around it. You could make something so cool from that.
It's funny because I wonder if that's because of the mobile app coming up that we're getting the Vault, because that would tie in well, because then you can do both on both platforms.
Yeah, for real.
But I do agree, it is a nice one as well. What else have we got in here? Quickly go through the chat while I'm on this screen. Are we millionaires? Unfortunately, it's this time next year, but that was a little while ago. We've still got a couple more years to go, but we will be eventually.
It's next year until further notice.
For my chat, I will teach you the ways. I only found out today, I must admit, when I was playing in there, so I will show you the ways. Master Ronnie did the water. Shout out Master Ronnie, good guy. Met him in real life. Good laugh. Swampy number 5, looking great. I want to at some point make a Pagolia, maybe. Any idea Dukkencuvva?
Make a what?
A pagoda.
A pagoda. What's that?
I think you've already got some in there. I'm not really sure, I'll be honest. Let me check. I'm gonna actually Google it right now, people. Give me 2 seconds.
He's asking about that. Swampy number 5 looking great. I want to at some point make a pagoda. Okay, yeah.
I know what a pagoda is, but I've never heard of. And bearing in mind, I come from a company that sells pagodas and cabins, and I have no idea. Ah, right, okay. So it's like a outbuilding. You're not going to be able to see that.
Yeah, okay.
That's pretty cool. Still, we kind of got like a pergola already built in there for us, like a wooden frame. I've actually put my cars underneath that. It's pretty cool. I must say.
Yeah. Like I said before, I've started on a new build, which I'm not going to talk about, as I said, but I'm doing another one that I think a lot of people are going to be happy with. A lot of people are going to like, especially if if at some point we're able to sell these as creations. It'll be one that I think people will be interested in.
Well, I think people would be interested, actually. I never thought they would before we started this, and I was optimistic, but I didn't really think this was going to make much of a difference. But as I said, I brought 30 collectibles at least that are always going to stay in one place and was only ever brought for that space. So it's already made a bit of a difference there. People will hold their stuff a bit more, but is it going to be enough? I think it's actually had a really good effect. I'm not going to lie. It's been really positive.
Yeah, and it's only going to get better. I mean, they've been updating it fairly regularly. Already, even though it's only just come out. And going off what Dan was saying the other day, Dan and David have still got big visions for this. I think they bit off more than they could chew. Well, obviously they bit off more than they could chew in the beginning, but I don't think that their vision is any smaller. I think they've still got big ideas for this, and I think they're going to do it well. And I think it's going to have a drawing effect. I think it will bring people in with it.
I must admit, we all thought they bit off more than they could chew at one point. It's not perfect. It's not really a metaverse at this point, but just the things everyone's managed to build out of what we've already got is just that already shows you. I mean, some of Master Ronnie's, you've seen elevators, you've seen doors open and shut, you've seen corridors. He's literally built everything at this point. Collector's gone digital. Obviously, he's an expert at building houses and all sorts. Great to see his face reveal, by the way. Yeah. Nice to see him streaming with his face. It's been a while since we've seen that, I must admit. And then what else we got in here? Fun under the sun. We're millionaires at heart. We are definitely. Digital vibes. I do like the VeveVerse. Just waiting for more collectibles to be available. That is very true. So I have quite a few. I'll learn how to speak in it. I'll have quite a few collectibles that I don't have in the VeveVerse. One being the jukebox, some coral reefs, what I brought are not in there, and all of them I actually brought to be in the VeveVerse, and I can't load them in there yet. The Punisher car in the wall, that's not available yet.
Are you sure? I thought I saw that.
I couldn't get it in there. It's not available in mine yet, so I'm not sure.
Right.
What's not available in yours? Do you have anything not available?
Well, I've got a bunch of stuff.
All the comics seem available.
All the comics. I noticed, as I said, my Tarzan is not available. My Nounish friends I can't put in there, which I'm pretty keen to get them in there, to be honest. I don't know, man. I got a lot of collectibles that I just don't really think about much that might not be available, and I've been so focused on the things that I know I've got that I haven't really taken much notice outside of the ones that I kind of wanted to use for this build and noticed weren't there.
Well, it's like the Ron English jukebox. That was one I literally brought to go in the VeveVerse, and I can't get it yet. So
there's something I want to buy, but I'm hesitant.
And then what else is there? There's so many I can't think of right now, but there is so many of my collectibles that I've actually brought to go in the VeveVerse before it come, like the coral reefs and stuff like that. Some of the plimps and the statue sort of bases, because I knew I was always going to extend my building rather than build a new base, if that makes sense.
Have you had a go at starting from scratch?
Yes, it didn't go well. It didn't go well. So I tried that in the first week. I must admit, just going in there and it's like a green room or whatever it is. Or is it white? White or green?
Yeah, grey, I think.
But after 5 minutes, my eyes were going funny. I put the platform on the floor, started to make a base. Then I realized I'd built it in the air. So then when I tried to move it, all down, I'd already built on it, and it was just too much because the walls I'd already built, everything was floating. So then I couldn't move it as one piece. I had to move it all separately, and I just give up there. Man, and then I couldn't even put, at the time, I couldn't put the screen for the background, the scenarios in, the weather.
I only just figured that out, actually.
And then I found it, and it's so easy to do once you find it. But if you don't find it, it's not so easy to do.
I was actually on X moaning about it. Why can't we do that stuff? And then I realized, oh, you idiot, you can. It's that simple. So, it's been a learning experience, that's for sure.
And I can't write yet. Can you write on anything?
No, that's another premium feature. We don't have the text tool. We don't, which shouldn't be a premium feature. We should all have that. Come on.
Yeah, I wanted to write a message in there one day for MySpace, and I couldn't write anything. I was so gutted about that because I see it on the tutorial videos, so I expected that to be out straight away when the whole thing was out.
Speaking of which, that reminds me, Swampy number 5. If you're still here, I saw your very short video on how to animate water and textures and stuff like that. I think that's very useful. I know there's a lot of people out there going into detail, like CGD and some others doing long videos where they really go into detail, which is cool. But to have that really short format video, I think it was like a minute long, that really just goes, all right, you just click into here, bam, 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 bam. That was really cool. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to follow it because I don't have the same options, but I just thought it was cool that really short form video was out there.
There's been loads of stuff that was featured in them videos what we can't actually do yet. So I am looking forward to the release of that. And I'm wondering why it's taking so long to release that bit. Is it not ready yet? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they're mostly, like you said, concentrating on trying to get the collectibles into the verse, which is a good thing to prioritize. They've been working on the app as well. They're doing a fantastic job with that. They've been smashing that. Still
slow, but better than it was, but still slow, especially market looking. But it does look better than the old app, I'll give it that. But it's so much slower, especially when you're in the market and you're trying to bid on stuff. I do like you can see the auctions with the stuff that's on the floor now, and I do like that it gives you the floor price straight away, everything straight, and it's actually accurate. The items are normally accurate, and all the pictures of the items look more 3D than they used to. So I like that aspect, but I think that's why it takes so long to load.
I do miss being able to just browse through the auctions, though. I mean, I I don't think there's a way to do that anymore, is there? It's all just like in the price list.
I must admit, it's a bit confusing. The AR's better in there. Now I found it underneath the heart symbol. All that time I was complaining for weeks on Twitter. Weeks I was complaining about that. Where's my AR function? Turns out you got to hit the heart symbol. I literally thought it was the logo. I didn't think it was a button. Didn't think to hit it. So yeah, it's quite funny. So yeah,
I made a few runes and enjoyed it. So I bought like 5 collectibles on the market. Then found out none of them were in VeveVerse. Yeah, we've all been hit, mate.
Well, the other thing is, so far with my VeveVerse, I haven't invited anyone. I've invited you, and I invited one other person so far, and I built one room. That's a private room. So I'll build another one eventually. When I get that one built, I'll use it as a BobSales lobby. You can all come visit me, join my house. But yeah, once I get that room done, everyone will start getting invites and stuff. And hopefully it will turn into more of a social thing than it is at the minute. Because I see a lot of people at the minute just doing their builds on their own. No one's really, it's not as social as I thought it was going to be. But I think everyone's just preparing for that step next.
Exactly. And Dan, in the same interview from the other night, Dan was talking about the introduction of portals to be able to just, travel from my space to your space if they're connected, and just be able to move around like that, which I think will help that aspect.
Well, even like the home room, like we was talking about, or like a mall space.
Lobby. Yeah, like a
where you just enter before you even go into the VeveVerse. That is a game changer.
Gotta have that. Yeah.
It forces you to be social.
Yeah.
And then you can find the people whose usernames you don't remember in the Veve app or different on Twitter, maybe, and it's just easier to invite people.
Yep.
Maybe there's an invite all button. Is there an invite all button? I don't think there is.
I don't think so.
We'll have to try.
But another exciting thing that he did talk about was, and he made it sound like it's quite a pressing priority, in fact, is being able to display not only mint numbers, but all the metadata for the collectibles. Like, market price, who held it last, all that sort of stuff. And he made it sound like it might be just around the corner, or at least high on the priority list in any case.
Market price would be good. I like that.
That's very exciting, man. Just be able to walk around people's spaces, check all the metadata for every collectible, see what the floor price is in the market, see the mint number, all that stuff, man.
I think the comics have frames, so I think they've got some more details on them. They're actually pretty cool. It's good finally to have a comic we can put on a wall and celebrate, tilt, put in a shelf
and even the stuff that people have been doing with that, like in the artistic ways, creative ways they've been using those.
All the years of waiting for that. I must admit,
and the beautiful thing about it is, right?
Just comics.
The beautiful thing about it is, even though we're like newbies to this kind of thing, you and me, even a year from now, we'll still be able to consider ourselves early. So we've got plenty of time to get our practice in, get better at the builds. And I tell you what, man, since I started on this second build, I'll get this done in a quarter of the time it took me to do this one, just with the amount of mucking around and learning that I got from my first build.
Well, I must admit, there's some people I know on the app that have built things that I couldn't dream of building.
They're just naturals, man.
But I know the people's personalities and I know them personally. They're not the sort of people to spend time in here building for hours and hours. And yet they have sat in here building for hours and hours. So it says a lot that it is getting people's attention. It is keeping people's attention. And it's still improving every day.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what it's going to be like a year from now.
Let's have one more spin of your space, because I've set it to following you so you can move around. All if only we knew that at first, we could have just done that straight away.
That's another couple of things I want to touch on while we're doing it. Is one thing I'm excited for is a little bit more vegetation. It's just the same 6 plants everywhere. Some more furniture, like couches and things like that. But really what I'm looking forward to is a bit more option in how to manipulate shapes. Like I wanted to bend. I have like a sort of curved up roof here, but being able to bend things is not possible. Being able to manipulate them in the way I want isn't possible. Even simple things like if I want to rotate this, for example, I go to rotate, and the axis that it gives me makes me think I should be able to rotate it on its axis, right? But when I actually go and do that, it spins it around in this weird like way. I can't just sort of like rotate the pipe.
1 second. I'm just
You
trying.
see what I'm saying?
Not at the minute. I'm just on Twitter. 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Hold the stream for me 2 minutes. Just trying to see if I can share it quickly. You're in charge. 2 seconds.
Yeah, right. You are. Are you? I don't know. Can the stream see what I'm saying? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, then they get what I mean. I don't need to go through it again. That's all good. But yeah, I mean, it's my little build. I had fun doing it. Not all fun, but once you get tasks complete, you can take a step back and have a look at it and go, "Wow, I did that."
I was about to say, Mr. Informant, I've sent you a link if you want to come join us. Should be able to. I can't believe you've still got bits floating in the air there.
Sorry?
I can't believe you've still got bits floating in the air. I must admit,
that's just part of my construction.
So I have built a space, and I will reveal it soon, I think. But it's a very personal space, so I'll only reveal it when I'm allowed to reveal it, if that makes sense. But it would make a really good episode of talking about what things mean, what they are. Pretty cool. Let's have a quick look.
So I'll jump out of this space then.
Mr. Informant's going to come for 2 minutes. I must admit, I won't be on too much longer, but we'll wait for Informant to come on, obviously, and show us his space, of course.
Yeah, let's see it.
And I really want to show you something right now, but I can't show you right now. So it's such a pain because no one can see what Bob's built yet. Although it was more an extension of anything else. So,
all right, I'm exiting my space anyway. Everybody's seen everything they need to. It takes about 2 minutes to walk through it.
No worries. Let me go through and remove. And then I'll put...
There's so many pieces in it that every time I leave the space, it just crashes.
I'm going to go on to mine. In fact, no, I'm not going to go on to mine just yet. Although there's some really cool ones in there. Let me show you. Sorry, I just remembered I'm on the I'm the one streaming the space, and I'm just going out of it now, although it's going to take me a minute. So I've literally got 3 spaces on mine. One of them's Andy's room, and that's one of my favorite spaces and ideas I've ever seen.
I saw somebody who did Andy's room. Is that the one you're talking about? That you got
yeah, that one's so really cool. I don't know whether he's updated it anymore. But he invited me, and it was the funniest, best invention, and he done it so well. I'd be wondering.
I think I only saw a screenshot, but I was impressed. Really.
And then my computer's fully crashed on that screen right now, so I can't even get in. 1 second, 1 second. I fully lost my whole screen. Where are ya? Actually lost my screen. What is going on with this PC right now? My PC's literally having a wobbly. Am I still on the screen with you?
Yeah.
Or does it kick me straight out? Sorry, I thought it actually kicked me out of the stream there. My computer was having a wobbly. Mr. Informant, it's good to see you, mate. Sorry to keep you waiting there.
Yeah, no, I wasn't there that long. I can't, there's an update, so I just went to go open it up. So it may not be updated in time. But how's it going, man? It's been a long time here. I gotta move this way.
I was about to say that is a horrible setup right there.
Yeah,
I haven't actually set one, and he's up for a while.
The boxes or whatever. There you go.
That's close enough, but we look horrible.
Yours looks good and Dukkencuvva. Mine is like, I'm not even gonna iron that out. I'm like, screw it. I took it out, threw up the light. I'm like, good enough for Veve, right?
I went out and bought a frame today. I just got my my London police print.
Oh wow. Okay, so what did you pay to get the first? Like, you just bought one NFT, right? And then you get all this stuff.
Yeah. Well, I minted 2 of the Genesis Key NFTs, so I've got 2 of these. These were just Christmas presents.
Man.
But you know, there's still a lot of them unminted. So we've got that. Even now, if you mint one, you'll get one of these for free, but it won't have the blue color. These are kind of like limited edition ones for early adopters. But you also get the option to buy into the ones where we get our names embedded and all that sort of stuff. Those ones aren't free; we have to buy them, but we get a damn good price. So.
Yeah, but still, that's awesome. Do they know? Do they know Banksy? Do they get?
Do they know Banksy? No, they don't know Banksy.
Not yet. Maybe one day though.
Not yet. Because could you imagine they dropped one of those to holders? That would be quite.
Speaking of which, I took my daughter. There's a big Banksy exhibition here where I live at the moment. Took her there yesterday.
I would totally go. I would totally go
to. Yeah,
I'm sure it was.
Very cool.
Holy cow!
I must admit, the funny thing was, I was never into Banksy before Veve. The amount of Banksy things there was in England, obviously from England.
Yeah.
Even the theme park, I would have loved to have done that back in the day, but I was not interested in art. You would never have got a 17-year-old Bob to go to an art show of any sort, even if it was a theme park. So it's weird how times have changed.
And Veve has exposed us to a lot of this stuff that we never would have, messed with.
Oh, for sure, man, 100%. Like I wasn't into art either. I mean, I always kind of like a little bit of like political satire. I was into the punk rock scene back then and all that. So I knew about Banksy and all that. But I would never say I was an art fan until I got on Veve and discovered, Tara McPherson and the London Police and Kazinden and all that. And now I'm like, especially, I would say, really, this is why I've become such a big fan of London Police, is because they're so engaged. They've been so engaged.
That's what it is.
That we kind of shared between Veve and the Suye community now. And because they are so passionate about art in general, but particularly street art, and they're introducing us to new stuff all the time, and they're really pushing us to look at it, they've introduced me to stuff that I didn't even know existed. And I've discovered, thanks to Veve, that I am a fan of art. So that's really
I think it's great. By the way, do you still have your stamp, the Phygital?
I don't have the digital, but I do still have the physical. Yeah,
you still have the Phygital. Man, you're so lucky you got that. Man, is that the only Phygital? I mean, I have not gotten anything. I mean, I did get I got the Amazing Fantasy 15 SR, but besides that, it's been.
I haven't won anything from Veve yet. Bob's neglected.
I can't remember how I won it, but I did win. I think it was an AR contest. I won a Tokidoki figurine.
Oh, that was sweet.
Oh, no, that's cool.
That looks wicked.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the picture of that at the time, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to give it to my daughter." I was like, "It's not a toy; it's an art piece."
Oh no, man, she's a collector, bro. She's got a whole cabinet in her room with like figurines of anime that she loves and all that sort of stuff, and she's got a Tokidoki in there, and it's like, look, don't touch,
That's so cool. That's so cool. Have you been collecting Funkos still, Bob? Or you kind of slowed down? Or
I'm in a process right now where at one point I'm gonna be leaving. So I'm gonna be moving houses at some point. So a lot of these toys have now got to go, unfortunately. So the Pokemon cards are coming. These toys are probably gonna come with me, but a lot of the other toys and loose toys around here are gonna have to go. But I've got a lot of stuff. I must admit, for a 1-bedroom house here, it's full to the brim of stuff. There's everything from dinosaur heads to dinosaur teeth to Pokemon to Star Wars. I've never even watched Star Wars. I don't even like Star Wars.
I still can't believe you haven't watched
toys everywhere.
Star Wars.
Lego figures, Wallace and Gromit toys, if you know what that is. WF,
oh yeah, I know what. Of course,
all sorts. You look around Bob's house, it's there.
Hey, maybe you'll get some good money for it, though. Maybe
one day, but it's just too hard letting it go. Even now, when I'm trying to get rid of it, it's so hard letting some of it go. So hard.
Yeah, I get that, especially if
it has to be done at this point. So you was going to show us your VeveVerse space. How have you been getting on in the VeveVerse? Because we haven't spoke much.
I know it's been a long time.
I must admit.
Well, so I do the VeveVerse live on Wednesdays, and Mastrone's on there with me. I pretty much hang out in his space. Like, my space is trash. It's like KFC pin. It's a few things. I'm going to go in and try to do the content creator contest, but I don't think I have a chance. I really don't. So,
well, I mean, there's 2 spots that are just going to be random winners. So, like, whatever.
I might as well do it. I'm gonna do I'll do something for that, and we'll see what happens. But I like the idea, and I can't wait to see it evolve. So
Yeah.
I must admit the people that are making spaces right now, I could not compete. There's no way I'd even enter, because I'm never gonna win any of them competitions right now.
They're so good. Like, people are fast. Josh and Mascheroni, Swampy number 5, Falcon. There's so many people that have been in there for a long time that know that's the unfair advantage, right? Like the one
that is the difference,
right? They've been there for a year or longer practicing.
Yeah, but I think that's sort of what. Excuse me. That's sort of why I said what I said earlier, Bob. That even a year from now, I still think we'll be able to consider ourselves early. So get you practicing now, because right now,
for sure,
as people like us who are new in the VeveVerse, and we're seeing all these dudes who've got experience in these kind of programs, and we're seeing them pump it all out. Well, man, like that, it's not like we're too late. We've got plenty of time to learn everything that they know how to do.
And to be able to, I want to be able to stream from there, get that stream board up, because they used to have a stream board. They took it out. And so hopefully that will come. I know there's going to be a premium version. So I'm interested to see what that is.
Well, the stream board will be part of that, I'm certain.
Yeah, I guarantee that's going to be part of it. Hopefully they'll give it to some people for free. Me, Veve, give it to me for free.
Well, the funny thing is, I can get the stream board up, but I can't get anything on the board.
Right, and they used to be able to.
It's just literally a grey board. I can't do anything with it.
Yeah. Even Mascheroni couldn't get anything to work on that. Now it did before. They obviously took it away, so we'll see what happens. Maybe there's people that would abuse it. I don't know how. Maybe like an OnlyFans page or something. I don't know.
Well, the thing that was mentioned before from MC1, he mentioned that they were streaming a TV program in there before, so you could literally stream your Netflix into the,
and they could get in trouble for that.
You could get in trouble. You can't even in the UK. You can't play music in like a shop or anything without a license to play it, even if it's a shopping center. So it's going to be the same for that sort of thing. I think that's what it is. Well, and then, like you say, maybe you could watch some X-rated stuff in there. Or...
Right. There could be some bad stuff. Like here in the US, you definitely have. So I own some quick service restaurant type things. And we have Muzak here. I don't know what they have there, but we had to buy music from the franchise that provided. It wasn't that expensive. It was like $80 a month, but it was like 30 songs. So all day long, the same freaking 30 songs, and they were horrible songs, all like stuff I don't like, pop and all. Like it was not good. I wanted to shoot myself, but yeah, same thing. Definitely an issue, the copyright issue for sure. So we'll see.
Have you actually built yours from scratch then, so far?
When you say from scratch, no, like I've gone to a pre-built. Like I haven't done just no way. Are you kidding me? I'm not taking triangles, circles, and shit and making.
Yes, I agree with that.
Like I'm impressed with what you've done, Dukkencuvva. That's definitely a really, like you said. Well,
crazy.
I still need to do more work, and I saw like now and even in the past, it's pretty impressive. Like that's not me.
Me neither. Before I did that, if you had before I started putting things together, like just copying off this Minecraft video, if you had told me that I was going to build that, if you had showed me that like 3 weeks earlier and said you're going to build that, I'd be piss off, man.
Yeah, right. Like I'm not going to spend time doing that.
I must admit, I would not have managed to build that. Not in a million. No. When he showed me that, I was just like, "Are you for real, dude? How the hell did you do that?" Like that is
a lot of patience and
for sure
swear words and
right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I definitely.
But I learned from it.
Yeah. It's look, I didn't care about the VeveVerse when it first came out. But when people talked about it years ago, I never cared about it. And then when I started seeing people who were excited about it and seeing what it could do and that social aspect and them talking about that they're going to have, I wanted to make a meeting room. I tried it. I think I got 12 people. But if they have an official meeting room where maybe it's unlimited, 100, not to this 30, that's genius. Then we can go off to wherever we want to go. So that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Bob was saying earlier, a starting lobby that has portals into everybody's worlds if they make it available or whatever.
Exactly.
It forces you to, be part of the crowd at least at the beginning of the experience. It definitely helps.
Yeah, and what they could give you, what they'd be smart to do is give you like MCP points for how many hours or minutes you stay in there to encourage people. It's good for them. It's good marketing. The longer you spend looking at VV stuff and wanting to buy, you might buy more, and it's just a good marketing technique. So hopefully they'll do something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I must admit, we brought more so far. Have you brought anything? Have you brought anything else to add literally into the VeveVerse?
I mean, I just bought some Star Wars stuff for May coming up, but also to put in there. But I did waste a lot of money today on the Daredevil #5, trying to get the Ultra. Everyone else got the Ultra except me, so that was a waste of $56 or whatever the hell I spent.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I know, right? Like I'm on house money, but slowly that's going away because it's hard to find people to buy your stuff, right? Like unless I want to pay really low dollars, so that's not going to happen. But yeah, look, it's a great idea, and I can't wait to see what happens. So,
what do you all think about this Blackpink drop?
About what? Sorry,
Blackpink drop coming up.
I must admit, I had no interest about Blackpink. I knew who they were, being from the UK. I must admit, they were starting to be popular because there was a boy band before them. Off the top of my head,
there was, but I don't know.
One Direction? No, that's the Korean one.
That's even more lame.
That is even more lame. But the thing is with Blackpink, at the time of the release of the VV drop, they just split up. They were just splitting up at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Now they've all gone separately, and I must admit, every single one of them is actually had #1s. They've all done really well. And Rosie, the quietest looking one, has actually done the best out of all of them. She's just done a song with Bruno Mars.
That's what it is.
A couple of other songs, and they're literally top. Literally everywhere I go right now, that song's on everywhere. And I'm just sitting there thinking, yes, I did not buy that one collectible. Got the other 3, but I didn't buy that one because I didn't like the hairstyle on it.
It was the worst at the time. If you went by Instagram and followers, Rose was at the bottom, Lisa was at the top, because we were talking about that today. And it's like, now F my life. Of course, I had that and I got rid of it. So, because that was one of the first ones that I had. So, but it's the way it works on VV. So,
the other thing I did notice with, I think it's Lisa, if you put her in the VeveVerse, she looks like like a dark, scary kind of character. I'm not sure if it's not loading properly.
Is it the lighting?
I think so. No matter where I put her, no matter what lights I put on her, she looks like a zombie-fied, and it actually looks quite scary.
I'm a couple of those zombie Captain Americas.
Right. Yeah. I know Masteroni talked about how to go in because there's a hidden arrows of light like in the ground. You have to pull it up, and then you can move it around to create shadows around or put it over so you get the light. Like he did. I'm like, hey, what if we could do like night day? He's like, oh, let's see. And he like figured it out so you could have the light go on and off spinning. No way. That's the type of stuff that's crazy, right?
That
like
is
stuff
crazy.
That people, that can just instantly figure it out.
Yeah. Man, some of the stuff I've seen the guys who have the access to the premium features do, the options that we're going to have. And I mean, I can only imagine that that's only a fraction of what's going to come with time. And already I'm excited about that.
Well, that is a good point. They have more options as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a lot more because, like we were talking about earlier, Masteroni kind of can go into your space and add water, or Swampy #5 or Josh or whatever can come into your space, do special stuff that we can't do. That's all going to be part of that premium. It sucks.
How much do you reckon it's going to be?
I'm good to do
How much do you reckon the price is going to be?
20. Didn't they talk about it before? I think like $20 a month. They had talked about like if you're master level. Yeah, I know. I'm not. I already have enough like monthlies, like 50 monthly things that I pay for. It's ridiculous.
Yes, YouTubers do. I must admit.
Yeah,
look, if they give me the opportunity to be able to make money off what I'm building in the VeveVerse, then $20 is a snippet.
That's true. You know what? And I think that's where they're going. I know Mr. MC1 or Sanjay, he was talking about, I know he's working on something big, and David's talked about. So yeah, I think there's going to be a really good economy in there. And, Josh is doing it. Masteroni's doing it. Others are doing it. And they're already making money. So good for them. Mm-hmm. Good for them.
But I tell you, there's some stuff people haven't even thought about. I mean, if there's anybody out there who wants to make an hourly rate laying roof tiles,
you're right.
In the VeveVerse,
there's somebody who will do it. Denny OC does it in real life. He owns a company that's a roofing company in Canada. So
I must admit, I've got something I want to build, but I tried to build it once and it absolutely terrible. okay, I need more practice. But even with more practice, 2 years down the line, I still don't think I'm going to be able to build it. So if I could hire someone to build that for cheap enough to where it's not going to hurt too much,
sure,
I think I would actually do it just that one time.
Yeah, I think that's exactly like. What about like a tree house or something like that? You know, he's gonna do. But like some people are doing it for Omi. So if you've got some crypto laying around, I know Masteroni will do it for Omi and stuff like that. So you could do it that way, and you know everyone comes out happy. But yeah, if I think of something I really want, I'll have Masteroni make it for me, and I'll pay him. So
yeah, it's something I definitely want. So I'm definitely gonna get someone to make it for me because I'm never in a million years. I work so much. We YouTube, we buy and sell. We got life. It's so hard.
I bet
2 hours building a garden.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Like just having the time. I don't have the time to do it with all the stuff that I'm trying to do. So
I enjoy it. It goes quick. The time flies.
Right.
But it's a long process, especially when you can't. So for me, I've never really used a PC for anything other than the internet. I've never used it for gaming. I've got a gaming computer and I've never played.
But you don't use it for that. Yeah, I don't either. I can't game on a PC. I just can't do it. I was just playing off the grid. I was playing with my controller. So I can't do it. Yet I'm at my PC. I can't do the whole keyboard thing. I can't do it.
I'm the complete opposite, man. I tried to play a game on my kid's Xbox the other day with the controller. Forget it.
Oh yeah. If you're a real gamer, you're not touching a console, right? Like I understand.
Well, no, I used to love it. I used to love PlayStation and that, but I'm so used to keyboard and mouse now that and having all these hotkeys and things available.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That once you get onto there, and what do you mean I've only got 4 buttons? What am I supposed to do with this?
Right. Or unless you want to spend $180 for that like special controller that breaks after 6 months, which is crazy. I'm not going to do that.
That's when B throws it at the table. He's lost his game.
I will too.
Rather than break the table, he threw it at the table.
By the way, just real quick, how do you get the cool fonts? How did you change?
I'll be honest.
Are you on StreamYard or no?
Yeah, I'm on StreamYard.
Yeah, you're StreamYard. Right, okay.
Let me have a look.
Are you on the paid version or no?
Yes.
So how much are you paying? I'm just curious.
Like 45.
So this is what I don't understand.
It's too much money, but for the Pokemon videos, when you do them, you have to have a clear screen.
Because they have.
But from the beginning, I've never worked out how to stream from my camera to my PC without having StreamYard in between.
Oh, OBS is good, but it's a learning curve. Plus, you use a lot of your assets at home.
Yes.
See, I'm locked in somehow at $25 still on StreamYard. And if I go for the whole year, it's only $20 a month if I want to pay up front. I don't know why I didn't get changed. And I think everyone else on VV got screwed. Maybe I got in early enough and got locked in or something. I don't know.
Here it is very expensive. It's like £45 a month.
Yeah, I think VV Magic's that she was paying.
Bearing in mind, I don't get paid for streaming or anything like that. Is literally, and then you've got to pay for the thumbnail one. Then you've got to pay for 2 editors. Before you know it, it's £150, £200 before you.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, you got to really.
It's just worth doing. When you do the streams, if you only do one every so often, it's not worth doing.
Then it's not. It makes it harder. Yeah.
But for the Pokemon ones, you have to do it like that because otherwise, if you can't see the Pokemon card, it's not worth doing it.
It's not worth it. It makes it easy, especially if you want guests and stuff. I said OBS, that's too much work. You got to work with the windows if you have guests and moving things around. I'm like, I need easy. I don't like StreamYard, but since they raised the price on everyone, I'm like, all right, I guess I got a bargain at $25 a month. I'm just going to keep it. So it's crazy. There's Neo Tactics. He's on here. What's going on?
Well, I must admit, for what it is, for the ease of it, I prefer using it and paying the 45 just because I know how to use it now. It's easy.
Exactly. That's the thing. Now that I know, I'm not going to learn something else unless it gets better. I wish they had. Tactic. Yeah. What's going on? I wish they had more windows for us, like more video. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if I could have one more window, that's all I want. Not a person.
Bunch of.
I'm gonna get in on this whole YouTube game, man.
It's like even the sound. I'm
always around. I might as well get on camera, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, today I'm like, oh, watch MC and Corey. What could be more boring than watching me? But I'm like, I'm gonna watch it. and I need hours. So, I'd average whatever 12 or 14 people. Wasn't much. I got like 20 hours though. So it was perfect.
It's funny because my first video was what was the warning you used to get? The security warning when it used to kick you out the app.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't remember.
I don't remember what it's called, but it pissed me off.
I used to know that word. My first video on YouTube was literally no catchphrase, no nothing, just a screen. And it was just, welcome to the channel. Like, I've got this warning on my Veve app. It's broken. It sounded absolutely terrible. And that's how I started from there. And then all of the editing and the stuff like that, that was all learned along the way. So some people that were there the first 6-7 months probably never come back to see the end of it, to see how good the editing got, because at one point it was
your editing is fire. It's really good. Like I always joke, you put me out of business with the videos. Like I've gone back into doing some AI stuff. It just takes so long. I'm trying to figure out the AI stuff. I'm probably going to buy another computer to run some AI in the background. But man, I need to get a better workflow because it's a lot. Like the streaming and all the stuff I'm trying to do, it's a lot.
I'm also due to get the schedule back on because I've been on and off, and then I've had life things, promotion, then I've had family problems. I've had like all sorts going on.
Just all going on.
Yeah, but lots of good stuff though. There's a lot of good stuff.
A lot of good stuff.
Compared to like
stuff, but a lot of good stuff.
But compared to like, a year and a half, 2 years ago, you're in a much better place now. Yeah.
That's very true.
So I'm glad to see. And like I said, the Cobra was asking about you we were literally, before you wrote me, we were just talking about you. She's like, is he okay? And I'm like, well, I've seen you here and there, but you've been doing life, right? So I get it.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I need a haircut and I look a bit yellow today because I've got cold.
You got
been
jaundice
working all day and I just feel ill. But apart from that, I'm fine. And it's been fine. So, but yeah, looking forward to doing some more drop histories, but it's just trying to find the 8 to 10 hours it takes to do it.
Well,
and then
here's what
some have actually started and then they
videos,
never got finished.
Oh, dude, I've done that too. I get it. But I would say focus on what you know is going to be big so you're not wasting your time. That way, like if you're going to go, because I don't do good on long form video. You get really good views on your long form videos. Like, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and you'll get thousands of views on them. Yeah, like I don't like that's good stuff.
It's the accent.
Well, and he's really good. No, but his videos are fun and they're quick edits and stuff. I know how long they take. I did one that took me 9 hours for a 6 minute. I'm like, nah, never doing that again.
What,
it was
9
good.
hours, you said?
9.
Jesus.
9 hours because it was an experiment. I was trying to learn some stuff. Video turned out it just didn't get that many views on it. Trying to do too many things on one channel can really affect the algorithm. It just doesn't know who to send to you. So you got to keep everything, tight.
My algorithm has no idea what's going on over my side because it's got Pokemon 1 minute, it's got Veve next minute. It's just all over the show. Yeah, but Titanic at one point. But I had to do the Titanic. The Titanic one, that was a funny one. I've done the Titanic video that took me 3 days of constant work. I mean, literally 3 days.
Crazy.
And it got 60 views.
That's what happened. Okay, so that's what happened to my 9 hours.
Like to do it.
Yeah, look, we get into it. I've done 2 videos and I just dumped them. I got in and I'm like, it's just not working out. I've used some stuff that will do some of the thumbnails, but I still got to add the stupid pops because people have an attention span of a fucking like goldfish. So it's like I got to be like boop, blop, fast in, zoom out, and it's a headache. But people seem to like it, so
nice.
I don't know.
Anyways, with that, fellas, I think I might have to love you and leave you.
I'm going to have to love you and leave you as well, mate.
Yeah. I've been going all day, so. But
you're always going. Every time I try and get any space, I look and be easy. I can't stream over the top because I'm your friend. You
could stream over. Like today, I was going with that, and I'm like, let's go over to Bob because I didn't want to do that. A lot of times, I don't know everything that's going on. I'm pretty stuck to my schedule. But anyways, we'll have to do this again. It was good seeing both of you.
Yeah, you too, man.
Yeah, and have a good day and a great weekend. I guess we're almost there.
I must admit, it's good to see you again, boys.
Yeah.
Dukkencuvva,
fun.
thanks for sharing your space, mate.
Always a pleasure,
Always a
man.
pleasure.
Cheers
I
for having
will
me on.
come back with a space and I'll invite you and we'll have a proper party in there. We'll have a good game night or something. That should be
sure.
on the cards. And then
Well,
me
you
and
were
you will
saying,
catch up again in a week or two.
You
So
were
I've
saying
got
that you
something
might
coming up.
want somebody to help
Sorry.
you with the space you're looking to build. So if you want a
Yes.
bit of help with that, man, just hit me up.
Yes. I think I will do that.
I'll give
I
you
don't know
that.
whether you're up for the challenge though.
Oh,
You
man,
might
I'll be
be.
up for it.
Nah.
I'll be up for
No,
it.
in fact, you should be able to do it. If you built that, you should be able to do it, I would say.
I'll be up for it, man.
So anyway, thanks for the company. Thanks for
Hey,
the
guys.
fellas, everyone. It's good to see everyone in the chat.
Cheers, y'all.
Sorry, I've been a bit off piece today. It was my first live stream for a little while, so I'm a bit nervous. It's been a while.
That's what I was going to say
I'm gonna
before,
leave
Bob.
you. As
That's what I was
always,
going to say
I've been
before I
your
was
host.
on
That's Dukkencuvva. That's Informant. Dukkencuvva, what you say, mate? Sorry.
I was just going to say that's what I was saying before. I was on BE stream earlier for the drop, and I said mentioned we were going to stream tonight, and somebody was making a comment. Oh, our yearly BobSales video, brilliant.
Right.
I must admit, I prefer the other videos than the live streams, but I prefer the live streams when there's people to talk to, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. That's what we
On the
all
screen.
like too. So.
So anyway, I've been your host. That's Dukkencuvva. That's
Hey, guys.
Informant. I've been your host, BobSales. This time next year, we will be millionaires. Peace.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'll actually end the stream then.
Is it ended?